Hey everybody, it's Dave here, and today I have a quick 5-card PSA reveal that we are going to go through. Can't wait for you all to see these cards. This was a pretty fun submission, but first, let's go ahead and give away the Ultra Pass from our last video. If you're new to the channel, I explain this just about every video, but I give away these Ultra Passes that entitles you to 2 free cards from my prize box. There are some stipulations. You must like the video. You must leave the password for that particular video as a comment. You must also subscribe to the channel and be a US resident. So this is the last video in which I showed off what I got with my Topps Chrome buyback cards. So we have our link in there already. We'll put in our keyword filter, and in this case, it was just really simple, buyback. And it didn't have a lot of comments this time around, which is just fine. Wow, it didn't want to work for me. Let's try that again one more time. Hopefully I don't have to stop and re-record. All right, buyback. Let's see if we can do this right the second time. And we will continue. There we go. All right. I don't know why that didn't want to work the first time. Jason, VT Sports Guy. Jason, one of the regulars to the channel. Hey, Dave, let's go. Love the buybacks. Awesome cards. Awesome channel. You are too kind, sir. I appreciate you always watching, always commenting. So that Ultra Pass is going to go to you, Jason. And it's been a while since we've had a round of the giveaways. I typically do that on a live stream, so I will probably have to schedule that soon. So keep an eye out. I'm going to reply to the comments that won, and you usually have to claim that via email. I'll explain it all. I've just been so tied up with other things, haven't had a chance to go back in and do that. But I have all of the winners recorded, and we will do that live stream for the Ultra Passes soon. Okay, so let's get some stands up here. I really didn't even measure to see if this is the right thickness on these stands. I probably should adjust 1 or 2 of them. But so this was a 5-card submission for me. It was another submission that I did as a group sub with my friend Jesse and my brother Ryan. I did not film any footage of us at the brewery where we reveal. Last time I did, it just totally slipped my mind to do so this time, but this was a really fun submission. So let's get right into the cards, and I'm going to use Mr. Ortiz here, our mascot on the channel, so to speak, to block the grades. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll pull up the first one here. So they're all technically baseball cards. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. So we have this one right here. This is a Gunnar Henderson foil filigree. So that's what this border is called from Allen and Ginter, that little fun border. It's a filigree style border. And there are 2 versions of this card. This is actually the short printed image variation. It's like a high number image variation. So it's the rarer of the 2 Gunnar Hendersons. This one came in, I got it pretty cheap in a stack sale. It's Gunnar, so obviously his cards do really well, and I couldn't see a single thing wrong with the card, so I said, all right, you know what, it's a little risky because it's a low ceiling card, not being numbered, but I figured I'd send it in, and PSA agreed. And so that was the first 10. That's how we started off our night. That was the first one that I revealed. So that one came back pretty strong. I was pretty happy with that one, so we'll put Gunnar right over here. All right, and now we start to hit the big boys. All of these big ones here, these were the ones that I was most looking forward to. And, I would say that it was a pretty cool submission. We'll reveal the grades, though. So we've got this one here. This is a Julio Rodriguez rainbow foil. Super, super cool card. This one, I wasn't quite sure. It looks really, really good. There's, in this bottom right corner, there's a little bit, you can kind of see it there. It kind of looks like there's an indentation, but I don't know. It also kind of looks like it might just be part of the rainbow pattern. As you can see, it's almost like a little uneven, this rainbow foil pattern that goes over. I couldn't feel anything on the card that would suggest that that was a crease. There's nothing on the opposite side. There's nothing wrong with that corner itself, way down in the corner. So, it might just be a little surface imperfection. It might be something more. I figured it was worth a shot because I got this card for pretty cheap. And PSA rewarded that decision. So this is a 10. Yeah, it's a little wild. I don't know if that's a defect or not. I'll kind of leave that for you to decide. But the professional grader decided that it was a 10, and I am not one to argue with that decision. Very much appreciated. That one's probably staying a PC card. I don't know that for a fact, but I like to usually keep 1 or 2 of my cards that I'm grading for myself. So that one would probably be the most likely candidate. All right, let's get into this one. Now, this is a card I bought probably about a year ago, and I set it aside. I never listed it just because, again, it's another card that looked perfect when it came in. Now, this is a 2021 Bowman Chrome Adley Rushman, not a first, so it's just a prospect card. It's an orange refractor, but it's actually numbered to 75. It's not numbered to 25. So not as rare as other orange refractors, but still a rare Adley Rushman color match. You don't get a lot of Adley Rushman color matches, except maybe, now that the flagship cards are coming out for him. But when he was just in Bowman, you're talking about mostly print runs of 25 cards. So again, this card looked perfect, looked super well centered, really, really nice looking chrome card. And once again, PSA rewarded me for sending that in. So that was a 10, perfect 10 on that one. Super cool card. That one is available for sale, but what a cool one. Definitely enjoyed the results on that one there. So we were cruising along at this point. I basically had considered all of this a victory right there. I could stop right there. I kind of was hoping for 3 gems out of the bunch. So I got my 3 and I said, okay, anything from here is gravy. Now this card I introduced in the buyback video. This is the Junior Caminero Aqua Mega Box. And by the way, those of you that watched the buyback video, you might be wondering, oh, well, you just showed this card. How quickly did PSA turn around this submission? It was about a little over a month door to door. I'm talking maybe like 30, I had the calculation. It might be like 32 days, something like that. So they were really working through those bulk subs from January, which I very much appreciate. Now, this one I did not expect to gem. Not that there's anything major with it. I wouldn't have sent it if there were really obvious problems. I really like to scrutinize what I send. It looks maybe slightly off center left to right, but just slightly. So I was like, okay, I can probably survive that. And it's going to be hard to try to find them. I thought maybe there were some print lines on the card. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to see them. And maybe one little surface imperfection. I think it was right around the Rays logo, something like that. Minor things, and I was really on the fence, but we weren't sending a lot of cards, and we wanted to hit the minimum bulk for the bulk sub. So I said, you know what? I have good margins on this card because I got it from the buyback program. It's going to look really, really cool in a PSA holder, and it looks even better as a 10. I was super psyched about this. This one was the biggest surprise of the bunch for me. Again, you don't send something if you think it has a really low chance of gemming. So this one had at least a moderate chance to hit a 10. Again, I didn't think it would happen, but very, very happy to see that it did. And what a cool card. Super psyched to have that one come back. I'm going to put Junior right there in the center, actually. Super cool one. And then the last one I sent away, this one had the highest ceiling. This is a LeBron James from 2004 Upper Deck first pitch. So obviously wearing that Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians uniform. This is a pretty rare card. And for a 20-year-old card, I thought it looked like it was in great shape. I didn't really see a lot of issues on this one at all. I got this one in a stack sale. It was a great deal. Maybe, I think it was $20, something like that. But you can see those corners are really, really good. And on the back, same kind of story. It's in really, really nice shape. Have a little bit of a full bleed kind of thing happening up here. Slight whiting up there, but for the most part, this card was in great shape. And I said, you know what? A PSA 10 would be an absolute grand slam because these go for about $900 in a PSA 10. PSA 9 would be a win as well. PSA 8 is probably a slight win to breaking even, and that's what it ended up being, was a PSA 8. I believe that's the most common grade for this card. I looked it up after the submission. I want to say that is the most common. A lot of 8s and a lot of 9s. It's hard to get these to 10 because it's just a paper-based, flagship kind of stock card. But that was a really, really cool one. So all in all, value-wise, if you care about that kind of thing, I'm probably looking at about 2x of what my investment was in the cards plus grading, if not slightly more. I'm about $200 all in for what you're seeing on the screen, and the value is probably closer to around $400 or so. So definitely did very well on that sub. Really, really psyched with the results. But again, I am a very harsh grader from my own cards perspective, and I don't like to send anything that doesn't have a chance to gem, so I try to really scrutinize what I send. This submission put my lifetime gem rate up to 69.2%. I present that without comment. But speaking about comments, why don't we go ahead and give away one more Ultra Pass, probably the last one before we do our live stream. And the comment for this video will be nice. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and tell me something that, I don't know, somebody did for you in the hobby that's nice, or a nice card that you have, or whatever you think. Nice, N-I-C-E. Go ahead, and that's the comment for this video. To be entered to win an Ultra Pass, please refer to the stipulations on that are listed earlier in the video, and you can also read that down in the comments or in the video description below. So go ahead and enter to win an Ultra Pass for 2 free cards from the prize box. Super stoked with this PSA sub, and super stoked that you decided to watch. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.